Welcome friends. In this video tutorial, we will learn how to download C Free and how to install C Free in our machine. To download C Free, go to the C Free official website. C Free, a very popular IDE for developing C and C++ programs. To download C Free, go to the www.programmarts.com/c free_en/download.html. Once you redirected to this link, click on the local download under C Free 5.0 professional version. Click on local download link and download exe of C Free from this website. Double click on that exe to install that IDE into your machine. Select language which is appropriate to you. Once you select language, it will open a one set of wizard. Click on next button, accept the agreements, and once again click on the next button. Choose your path where you want to install your C Free IDE and click on next button. Give next one more time and click on install. It will take few minutes to installing C Free in your machine. Once installation is completed, you will see one setup completion wizard and you can launch C Free by checking true on launch C Free. Click on the finish. Now we will see interface of C Free Professional 5. This is the user interface of C Free. Now you can create a new project by clicking this button, open existing project, new blank C or any type of file and open existing file. Click on close button. Now to create new file or new C++ project or C project, click on new of file menu. By default, name of document will be untitled1.cpp, means this is the untitled document of C++ program. To save this program with C programming file, first press Ctrl+S or go to the file menu and select save button. Select appropriate path where you want to save this file and give name with extension .c. Click on save button. This file will be saved. To run the C program, this green play button is used, or you can also go to the build menu and click on run button, or you can also press F5 key to run the C program or C++ program. So this is all about C Free IDE. In more detail, we will see in next video tutorials of C programming language. Thank you. Welcome friends. In this video tutorial, we will be learning about pointers. Pointer is a one type of variable which stores address of another variable. Pointer are also used for dynamic memory allocations, and pointer is used to direct memory access. Till now, you learn about lots of various interactive features of C language. You know about main and header files and how to write program in the main function. Now let's see how to declare pointer type variable. You can declare pointer of any type of data type, means you can make pointer variable of any type. In this particular example, I will show how to declare and use pointer of integer type. So to declare the pointer type variable of integer, first write int, which is the integer data type, space variable name. which is here p, and to make that variable as a pointer type, prefix star or asterisk sign before that variable. This is the declaration of pointer type variable. At the same time, you can also declare other variable of normal type using comma. Now I have also declared one b variable and 10 is assigned to that b variable. Now I want to store the address of b in this p pointer type variable. To access the address of any variable, we have to use ampersand sign. So I have written this line, p is equal to ampersand b, means p is equal to address of b. Ampersand sign is used to access the address of any particular variable. So this line will retrieve the address of b and it will store address into p pointer type variable. Now I want to show the address of b onto the screen. I have written printf address of b is %u from p. %u is used to demonstrate the pointer variable. When we want to show integer, we are writing %d, or at a time of demonstrating or displaying string, we are writing %s. Likewise, to show the pointer variable, we are writing %u and here pointer variable to show. So this is the complete program of accessing the address of variable and storing it into the pointer variable. Now let's run and see the output. We can see in the output address of b is 2293568. So this way we can access the address of variable. This is the address where b is stored onto the memory. So this is the example of pointers. Thank you. Welcome friends. In this video tutorial, we will be learning about how to take input from the user. Till now, we are using value which is assigned by the program. We are not accepting any input from the user or from the screen. In this video tutorial, we will see how to take input from the console and how to manipulate that input into our program. So this video tutorial is about taking input from the user and displaying output based on that input. I have created one program in which we are accepting input from the user. I have declared one variable a of integer type. Now I am printing one message that enter value of a, and on line 8 I have used one function which is scanf. Scanf function is used to take input from the console. Scanf function takes input of particular type and it stores that input or value onto particular variable's memory. Means if I want to retrieve the value of integer type, then I have to write scanf %d because we are retrieving value of integer type. I have to write this %d in double quote. comma address of A. Here we have to write at which address we want to store this input. I want to store this input into A variable, so I am writing address of A means ampersand A. This is the syntax of scanf function. Now this line will take input from the user and it will store it into the variable A. Now you know how to display the value of variable onto the screen. In line number 10, I have written printf function and I am displaying value of A onto the screen. Value of A entered by u is %d because our A variable is of integer type and from A. So this is how we can accept input from the user and display output to the user. In between these two statements, we can utilize this variable by performing various operations onto this variable or utilizing this input in our complex programs. So let's run the program and see how it works. Console is demanding for value of A. Now I am entering value of A to 85 and pressing enter onto the keyboard. And it is displaying value of A entered by u is 85. So this is the use of scanf function to take input from the user. Thank you. Welcome friends. In this video tutorial, we will be learning about conditional operator. The conditional operator is also known as ternary operator. It is called ternary operator because it takes three arguments. The conditional operator evaluates an expression returning a value if that expression is true and different one if the expression is evaluated a false. So in this program we will see how to use this conditional operator. So I have written one program in which I have declared variables and used conditional operator to find the minimum value among these two variables. So let's see how this works. I have declared three variables. One is A and I have assigned 10 to that A. I have also declared B and assigned 11 value to B, and I have declared one C variable. Now this is the syntax of conditional operator. Conditional operator always returns a value. It takes three arguments. First argument is the condition. Here I have given condition which is A less than B. Now if this condition evaluates true, then part after this question mark will be evaluated, means it will return value A. And if this condition becomes false, then part after this colon will be executed, which will return B in this case. So this return value will be stored in this C. So this is the syntax of conditional operator. First part is the condition, after that question mark, value which will return if condition becomes false, colon, and after expression which will evaluate if condition becomes false. Now I am printing this C, which is the minimum value among these two variables, onto the screen by simple printf statement. So this is the use of conditional operator. If we are using if statement, then code will be 3 or 4 lines, but to find the minimum value we are doing this in only one line. So this is the benefit of conditional operator. Let's run this program and see the output. In the output we can see minimum value is 10. A have 10 value and B have 11. Means A is written by the conditional operator and it is displayed onto the screen. So this is about conditional operator. Thank you.